what if the buyer of an option, call option or put option, doesn't really matter, forgets to exercise his option before expiry? तो अगर एक ऑप्शन बायर है, कॉल ऑप्शन बायर कहो, पुट ऑप्शन बायर कहो, he has a right, of course. In case of call option, he has a right to buy. In case of a put option, he has got a right to sell. But unfortunately or incidentally, if he forgets to take action or forgets to exercise his option, what will happen in that case? Let us understand. So basically, there can be three situations. Situation number one, call or put option is at the money or out of the money. यानी कि कॉल ऑप्शन है, पुट ऑप्शन है, दोनों ही जो ऑप्शन है, दोनों के दोनों या तो एटीएम है दैट इज एट द मनी है, और या फिर ओटीएम है दैट इज आउट ऑफ द मनी है. In this case, there is nothing to worry at all. And why there is nothing to worry at all? Because even if holder of the option forgets to exercise, since the options are ATM or OTM, they have become worthless. And since they have become worthless for the holder of the option, they will automatically expire, and there will not be any consequences for the holder of the option or for the buyer of the option. For the seller of the option or the writer of the option, the effect will be he pockets the amount of premium as clean profit. So जब एक कॉल ऑप्शन है, पुट ऑप्शन है, एटीएम है, ओटीएम है, तो वो ऑप्शन एक्सरसाइज नहीं किया जाएगा. और अगर वो एक्सरसाइज नहीं किया जाएगा तो इसका मतलब जो राइटर ऑफ द ऑप्शन है, राइटर ऑफ द पुट ऑप्शन हो, राइटर ऑफ द कॉल ऑप्शन हो, he will pocket the amount of premium as his clean profit. That is situation number one. Situation number two, कॉल ऑप्शन है और इन दी मनी है, कॉल ऑप्शन है और इन दी मनी है, then what will happen as far as the holder is concerned? As far as the holder is concerned. Now, remember, it's given, is assumed, it is taken for granted that when it is in the money, it will automatically be executed even if the holder of the option forgets to exercise it. So there is no need for explicit conveyance of exercising the right. Even if he forgets to exercise the right, it will automatically be executed. And what will be the effect of this automatic execution of a call option which is in the money? The effect as far as the holder of the option is concerned, तो जो आदमी उस ऑप्शन को होल्ड करे हुए है उसको क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा? उसको इम्पैक्ट ये होगा, द गिवन नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स will be credited to his securities account, and his bank account would be debited by the amount of strike price multiplied with the number of shares. So that is what will happen, because he has purchased a call option. As per that call option, he is entitled to purchase X number of shares of a company at the strike price. Now that this option is in the money, so on the date of expiry, the effect that will be given to him or to his accounts is going to be like this. So the number of shares for which he bought the call option, those many number of shares will be credited to his account. Correspondingly, his bank account will be debited by the amount of strike price into the number of shares. So this is what will happen in case of holder of the option, holder of the call option, holder of the call option. What will be the corresponding effect as far as the writer of the call option is concerned? So in case of a writer of the call option, and I'm sure you can very easily understand what will happen in this case. So the reverse will happen to the seller of the option. So what is happening to the account of the uh, holder of the option, holder of the call option, the reverse will happen to the accounts of the writer of the option. And what will happen? His bank account will be debited with the his securities account. His securities account will be debited with the number of shares. तो चूंकि he has an obligation to sell the number of shares at the strike price as per the option contract. तो वो जो number of share हैं, वो number of shares let's say 100 हैं, तो his securities account will be debited by the 100 shares of that company, and bank account will be credited with the strike price multiplied with the number of shares. So जो हुआ in the accounts of buyer of the option, opposite will happen in case of the writer of the option. So this is what will happen in case of the call option, even if the holder of the option forgets to formally exercise it. It is taken and it is executed automatically. Now, third situation, the holder is holding a put option which is in the money, which is in the money. So अगर एक holder है and he is holding an option which is in the money, what will be the effect in his accounts? So again, he is holding a put option, and please remember put option का मतलब है right to sell, call option का मतलब है right to purchase, and put option का मतलब है right to sell. That means the holder of the put option has purchased the put option because his view was that the price of the stock was going to go down, and therefore he has bought a put option where he has a right to sell his shares, given number of shares at the strike price, in case if the stock price goes down as per his expectation. So, and it has happened, stock price has really gone down. As a result of that, his put option is in the money. So now what will happen? The given number of shares will be debited from his securities account, because remember he has taken a put option to sell the shares, and the option is now getting exercised, is executed. So when the option contract is getting executed, तो जिस number of shares के लिए उसने ये put option खरीदा था, उतने जो shares हैं उसके account को debit हो जाएंगे, and his bank account will be credited by the amount of strike price multiplied with the number of shares. So this is what will happen automatically as far as the holder of the put option is concerned. What will happen in case of the writer of the option? Exactly opposite will happen to the writer of the option. That means what? That means his account, his securities account will be credited with the number of shares as per the option contract, and so his account will be his securities account will be credited with the number of shares, and his bank account will be debited by the amount of number of shares multiplied with the exercise price. So friends, this is what will happen in case if buyer of an option, call option or put option, forgets to exercise his option or before the expiry, and if the option is out of the money or at the money, there is nothing to happen, the contract will simply expire. But if both the options, the call option and the put option, if these are in the money, and then there will be some action happening in the accounts of the buyer of the option and also in the accounts of the seller of the options.